Jorge Enrique Adoum was an Ecuadorian writer, poet, politician, and diplomat. He was one of the major exponents of Latin American poetry. His work received such prestigious awards as the first Casa de las Américas Prize in Cuba, the most important honor in Latin American letters, though hailed by Nobel Prize winner Pablo Neruda as the best poet of his generation in Latin America. Adoum's work is unknown in the English-speaking world. Biography. Jorge Enrique Adoum was born in Ambato, Ecuador in 1926 of Lebanese ancestry. He wrote close to 30 books and 3 novels. Adoum's father was Jorge Elias Francisco Adoum, and his mother was Juana Raud Barciona. His father Francisco Adoum was Lebanese and migrated to Ecuador, where he made Arabic to Spanish translations, painted, sculpted, composed music, practiced natural medicine, and wrote more than 40 volumes on occult sciences and masonry, which he published under the pseudonym Mago Jaffa. He also had a private practice for hypnotism, magnetism and suggestion, and made numerous healings considered miraculous in his time. Since 1945 he traveled to Chile, Argentina, and Brazil. He died in Rio de Janeiro in 1958 at 61 years old. In 1948 Adoum married Magdalena Jaramillo Cabezas, with whom he had 2 daughters. He later divorced Magdalena. Adoum is best known for his novel Entre Marx y una Mujer Desnuda, which received Mexico's Xavier Villarrucha Prize. This was the first time the award was given to a foreigner. The fictional character José Gálvez is loosely based on the 1930s Ecuadorian novelist Joaquín Gallegos Lara. Adoum was Pablo Neruda's personal secretary for nearly 2 years in Chile. In 1963, he traveled to Egypt, India, Japan and Israel, with a grant from UNESCO's major project on the mutual appreciation of Eastern and Western cultural values. Unable to return to Ecuador because of the military dictatorship of 1964 to 1966, he worked in the Popular Republic of China. From 1964 to 1986 he worked in Beijing and then in Geneva and Paris. In 1987 he returned to his homeland. Adoum married Nicole Ruan from Gimel in 1977. They first met in Geneva in 1970 when Nicole was an actress in the French version of his new play, El Salvaje Las Patas de los Caballos. She offered cherries and a moment of pleasant company, is how Julio Cortázar referred to Nicole Ruan in the first few pages of The Autonauts of the Cosmoroute. Nicole translated Adoum's work into French. She died on July 13, 2011. Adoum also translated works from the following authors into the Spanish language: T.S. Eliot, Langston Hughes, Jacques Prévert, Janis Ritsos, Vinicius de Moraes, Nazim Hikmet, Fernando Pessoa, Joseph Brodsky, and Seamus Heaney. Adoum's play The Sun Trampled Beneath the Horse's Hooves was translated into 6 languages. A selection of poems was translated into English titled Disinterred Love by Catherine M. Hedin and Victor Rodriguez Núñez. Adoum's other works have not been translated into English yet. Adoum died at the age of 83 of heart failure in Quito on July 3, 2009. His ashes were buried under the Tree of Life next to the ashes of his close friend Oswaldo Guayasamín, beside Guayasamín's home in the hills overlooking Quito. Political activity. As a teenager, Jorge Enrique Adoum tried to join the Communist Party of Ecuador but was turned down because he was too young. He was a believer of communist ideology. The name Marx in the title of his most famous book, Between Marx and a Naked Woman, refers to Karl Marx, the author of the Communist Manifesto. In 2006, Adoum signed a petition in support of the independence of Puerto Rico from the United States of America. awards and recognitions. In 1960 he became the first recipient of the Cuban Casa de las Américas Prize for Poetry, an award which is now one of Latin America's oldest and most prestigious literary awards. In 1976 Adoum's novel Entre una mujer desnuda received Mexico's Xavier Villarrucha Prize. This was the first time the award was given to a foreigner. In 1989, Adoum was awarded Ecuador's National Prize in Literature, Premio Eugenio Espejo, presented by the President of Ecuador for his works. Adoum has been nominated for the Cervantes Prize, the most prestigious and remunerative award given for Spanish-language literature. In 1952, the Chilean poet Pablo Neruda declared, "Ecuador has the greatest poet in America," in reference to Adoum. Work, Poetry, Ecuador Amago, Carta para Alejandra, Los Cuadernos de la Tierra, I. Los Origines, 2, El Enemigo y la Mañana, Notas del Hijo Pródigo, Relato del Extranjero, Los Cuadernos de la Tierra, 3, Dios trajo la sombra, Los Cuadernos de la Tierra, IV, El Dorado y las Ocupaciones Nocturnas. Inform personal sobre la situación. No son todos los están. Poesía viva del Ecuador. Disinterred Love, a collection of poems translated into English by Catherine M. Hedin and Victor Rodriguez Núñez. Novels, Entre y una mujer desnuda, Ciudad sin Angel, Los Amores Fugaces. Essays, Ecuador, Cenas Particulares, De cerca y de memoria, Theater, El Sol Bajo las Patas de los Caballos.